if we are talking about text data, finding some text is a common task. In fact, those are two separate tasks. To find some text inside a file or text stream, and to find a file, for example, by name in some directories. For the first task, we have the grep utility, which print lines matching a pattern. Both fixed strings and regular expressions can be used as a pattern. Also, you can do recursive searching. Another commonly used command is find. You must set the starting point, the directory to start the search, or starting points if you're interested in several directories, and expression with the search criteria and actions. You may search by name with using a standard shell matching patterns, by time of modification or access, by size, by user, and grow by permissions, file types, etc. You can use logical operations such as and, or, and not on your expressions. Also, you can do some actions when you find something that matches the criteria. The default action is print. You can also use formatted printing, list of found files, delete them, and execute commands with them. In exec action, you can use curly braces to insert the name of found file. But keep in mind, you must end your command with a semicolon. And to avoid interpreting this character by your shell, you must escape it with a slash. Unfortunately, the main drawback of find is the long execution time if you are looking in large, deep directories. And to speed up this process, you can use the locate utility. It finds file by name from databases prepared by update.db. And does it incredibly fast. But you have to understand, update.db is started automatically by the cron service at night. And if you only install the lookup toolkit or want to find something in a changed file system at this time, you have to update this database manually by running update.db. Okay, another operation that we often need is comparing files or directories. And we have some tools for this. CMP utility compares two files byte by byte and reports the position from which we have a difference. By this way, we can compare binaries. To compare text files, diff utility can be used. We can compare files, directories with an recursive option. We can get the output as a set of commands for ed line editor or for patch utility. This method of propagating changes was the first in the development of projects in the Unix ecosystem, just to reduce the amount of sending data, and still useful today. Another important action with text data is sorting. And we have the sort utility, which sort lines of text files. To eliminate duplicate lines, we have the unique utility, but first we have to sort our text stream for unification. We may output the first last part of files by head and tail utilities. By default, we see the first or last 10 lines of standard input, or each file from arguments to standard output. You can set another number of lines as an option. Also, you can use the follow option to display the appended data as the file grows. This is very useful for keeping track of log files. More that from text lines you can cut some fields separated by some kind of separators by cut utility. Also, you can join lines of two files on a command field by join utility, and merge lines of files by paste. And finally, we have AWK. It's scanning and templating engine that can do this and other complex work on text files or streams.